Hi everybody, I'm Andy. I'm part of the leadership team of Black Dirt Theater, and I'm so excited to introduce you to Cali Miners.
Hi guys!
Cali's going to be directing the fall show, Once Upon a Trial, The Pig Who Cried Wolf. So I'm going to grill her with very intimidating personal questions about your background and your college days and all of that.
Not too detailed.
Or we could just talk about the auditions.
Sure.
So Cali, why don't you just tell us just a short little bit about yourself? Why did you choose to direct a show with Black Dirt? Yeah, let's start with that question.
I chose to direct a show with Black Dirt because I heard about them through my friend Meredith, and she spoke to the great amount of community and what Black Dirt was doing within the community of Hastings and how we wanted to bring a level of theater to this area and really empower the artistic side for people who weren't maybe necessarily think themselves as artists.
Yeah.
And I think that's really great. I grew up kind of doing community theater and wanted to kind of reach back and to get into that kind of really good family side of theater that I really fell in love with.
Yeah.
And I'm not from Minnesota, so I really like the idea of kind of like getting outside the cities and exploring outside of like the big theater area to see what else is going on.
That's great. So it sounds like one of your goals is really to create just a very kind of safe family type place where people can be creative for their first time maybe, or
definitely. So it's safe, open, not afraid to like be goofy, silly, and explore, you know, what possibilities are out there and to kind of explore themselves, find more about themselves, more about me, and more about the art, and you know, try new things.
Awesome. That's great. That's one of the many reasons why I know you're just such a perfect fit for this show and the script and all of that. So in less than a week or so are auditions. What will people need to do at auditions? Like, what will the auditions be?
So for auditions, we have 5-minute slots, and I have given you guys monologues to memorize.
Which is exciting. We've never done that before. Now, in a lot of theater, you come in with 2 contrasting monologues, and maybe you sing something and all of that. We've never done that, but I thought it was time for us to kind of
do something
muscle up and get down to it. Yeah. So you come in with a monologue. Do you have to have it memorized?
No, you don't have to have it memorized. You are more than willing to come in, have as much memorized as possible, or if you want to do a cold reading and just pick a monologue when you get here and read from that, that's totally cool as well.
But you should probably be able to like play with it.
Yeah,
right? So like for me, reading isn't my strength, so I'd probably have to memorize it. But for other people who can just pick something up and read it expressively, so they'll do their monologue, they'll come in, it'll be their slot, then you'll come in. Ooh, first off, this is the part that Cali's not in charge of. This is the part I'm in charge of. You'll need to bring your calendar because we'll have you fill out an audition form and marking all of your conflicts so that we can build the rehearsal schedule around that. We'll also take your photo so that Cali can remember everybody by their face. And then you'll come just walking into this very room and you'll stand right where we're sitting. So literally right here. You can play the video and practice your monologues here. And then so then they'll walk in, and what will they do?
You will walk in, we'll probably have just like a little brief conversation introduction, and then I'll have you do your monologue.
Awesome.
And in that 5-minute slot, we'll go through your monologue, see what you bring, and then I'll probably stop you, and then I'll give you a little bit of direction. So we'll maybe take the monologue in a completely different direction, or just kind of maybe push you a little bit further, just to play with it a little bit, so I can kind of get a feel of, okay, where are you at? Where am I at? Where can we work together? What can we create?
Yeah, just see flexibility and directability, goofability.
Goofability, yeah.
Awesome. So after that 5 minutes, you'll just head out and you'll be done.
Yep, you'll be done.
Okay, and then the next day or on Sunday night, there's something called callbacks.
Right.
Now, what are callbacks? We don't always do them either.
We don't always do callbacks. So for callbacks for me is mostly just getting everybody in the room that I'm considering casting, and we're going to play games. We're going to play a couple fun little short games just to kind of see how do we work together. How do we work together as a group? How do we work together with me? And then, you know, depending on who, just very different things about who turns out, what do I see possibilities. Possibly might have people then, after we play some games, break off into do little scenes.
Yeah, like from the actual show?
From the actual show. Just little snippets, just working together, just so I can see people who I'm considering characters for. Just to go do that, or we might do some improv games. I've got some stuff that I might think would be really fun for you guys to do.
So I hear a lot of just playfulness, risk-taking, but also kind of chemistry. How do people work with their scene mates? How do people work with you? And that's kind of how you're going to put the puzzle together?
It's how I'm going to put the puzzle together to make the show,
That's great. And then what about the rehearsal process? So the cast list will be sent, and then September 25th is the first rehearsal, and then it starts. What's kind of the time commitment? What's the rehearsal? What are rehearsals going to be like? I just hit you with 2 questions.
Yep, you did.
You're all warmed up. I'm going to blast you with 4 my next one.
Great. Rehearsals are, they're going to vary. So the show is going to be partially double cast. So it's really going to depend on what role you get. But the time commitment, my plan is and hoping is that it's going to be about maybe between 3 to 4 hours a week. It's really just going to depend on your role and what roles are we going to double up, how much are you going to be in these scenes, and really I'm very dedicated in giving my actors the time that when we're here, we're going to work. You can have the night off, you're going to have the night off. Like you're going to go have fun. This is going to be what we're going to do in here, and then you can go do that. So goal is just maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and then split up your time between those days. So and then also working with them to see what their schedules are going to be like and how we can all work together.
So if somebody's like, gosh, I can do 2 hours a week, could I have a really small part? Or somebody's like, hey, I want a big challenge. I want a big part. They could note that on the audition sheet or something like that.
Yeah, definitely let me know if you're interested in just maybe like, I can be there 1-2 days a week, or I can be there 4 or 5 days a week, Whichever works for you the best, then I will try to fit that character with you as well.
That's cool. Now, let's say we've done all the rehearsals. The rehearsals are done. We've loaded in. We've put all of our junk at the City Hall, Hastings Historic City Hall. What will the performance be like? What will the audience experience?
So the audience is going to experience... So what the show's going to be is, the show's kind of going to be on a rotating schedule. So there might be at least 2 shows maybe going on simultaneously at some points. But what the audience is going to experience is that they're going to enter the City Hall and have a first room. And then they're going to have a choice to break out into 2 different rooms. So they kind of get to choose their own different path to go on. And from each path that they go on, they get to see 2 rooms, so 2 different rooms. And then they all come back together in one big group again. And we have our final scene, and they choose the ending, and we kind of go from there. So our goal is that we can hopefully, while the groups are in the 2 breakout rooms, so they're on their 2 different paths, we can get another audience in there experiencing maybe the first scene, so we can get people in.
Kind of moving one after the other.
Moving in one after the other. The spaces are very small in City Hall, so we're thinking about maybe 20 people at a time, depending on the rooms and the size. But so hopefully we can get as many people in as possible.
Yeah, kind of, for those of you who got to see Arsenic and Old Lace, kind of that similar model of having multiple rooms going on at the same time. And actually the audience moves, it's called a promenade. They promenade from room to room and get to see all of City Hall. Neat. Last question, if you could think of like 2 or 3 adjectives that you're looking for at auditions. If when I walk in, what do I want to what should I try to show you?
Oh wow. They kind of all go together. I would probably say bold. Goofy or silly would be another one. And then I don't know, the third one. There's too many for a third one. Like I would either say like charming or just show your personality. That's what I'm really looking for.
Just not a jerk.
No, nobody a jerk. No, just someone who's like really fun, bold, want to be able to like make bold choices. Make any choice. Doesn't matter whether you think good or bad. You make a choice. I'm gonna love you for it. Just go for it.
And that's awesome. And even if you happen to be more of a timid person, just still be bold in your timidity. Like you can see that. So. So thanks so much, Cali. It's going to be a really fun fall together. And thank you all for making it to the end of the video. Congratulations. If you have any more questions, why don't you just shoot me an email, blackdirtandy@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. The monologues are up on the Sign Up Genius, which is on our website. So just go to blackdirttheater.com and click the auditions thing at the bottom of that site, and it'll connect you to the sign up and the monologues. If you'd like a digital copy of the script to kind of get the hang of it and see what it's all about before you come in and audition, just shoot me an email to blackdirtandy@gmail.com. That was a lot of information.
That was a lot of information.
I don't even know what I said.
Rewatch the video if you have any questions.
Sounds good, boss. Thank you all so much. We look forward to seeing you next week. Bring a friend. We have plenty of extra drop-in slots.